marketing is my thing. It is my jam. And podcasting is like the peanut butter. So you got like the peanut butter and the jelly or the jam, or you know what I mean. I love to talk about marketing and I love to talk about podcast marketing. So I'm so excited that we're going to talk about how to market a podcast. So let's get right to it. Hey y'all, Krystal here, and we are back for the Podcasting 101 series. This is a 3-part video series that's going to teach you how to start, launch, and market your podcast. So if you haven't checked out how to start a podcast or how to launch a podcast, be sure you go watch those videos after we're done here today. But now I want to cover how to market a podcast. And honestly, the sky is the limit when it comes to podcast marketing. If you're creative and you're willing to try something new, the possibilities are endless. But I don't want to overwhelm you with the thought of there are endless possibilities. So I want to give you 5 tactical strategies that you can try today, starting right now, for your podcast. So let's talk about how to market your podcast successfully. The first thing I want to talk about, content teasers. Oh my gosh, I love these so much. So what the heck are content teasers? It is exactly what it sounds like. It is a way for you to put your content out into the world, but just kind of tease it a little bit. It makes people like they're starting to get curious and they're interested. Like, what do they have going on over there? I think I want to go check that out. Like, that is the whole purpose behind content teasers. So these can look like different things for different people. It just depends on where you like to hang out online, or where you like to promote your podcast, or where you would like to think about promoting your podcast. So there are a few ways that you can tease your content. The first is using sound bites or audiograms. I love these. I have loved these as a consumer of podcasts. Whenever a podcast that I really like, they put up something on their Insta story and you can kind of listen to like a 30 or even a 45-second clip. It doesn't have to be very long, but I listen to it and I'm like, ooh, that sounds good. I want to go hear what else they talk about during the interview or the other things that they're going to cover in that podcast episode. So sound bites and audiograms are great. I actually have a few videos right here that you can check out that will show you exactly how you can make them for your podcast. Another way to tease your content is to use graphics. And I love canva.com. It is a tool that I've used for years and years now, and you really can't get any better than what they have because they have templates already ready for you. You just simply go in and type the platform where you're going to be sharing your graphic, and you can get really creative with this. They have so many images and templates, and you can go to other places to grab stock photos if you don't have things that you want to use. Like y'all, I told you at the beginning, the sky is the limit for how you market your podcast, but I really want you to get creative. How does your audience like to receive these content teasers? If you don't know, ask them. That's actually like, I'm getting ahead of myself because that is part of number 2 that we're going to talk about. But I want you to start creating graphics because you're trying to hit people on all different levels. You're trying to hit the audio version, which is the sound bites and the audiograms. Then we're going into the graphics, which are words that you can use or pretty pictures. And then the third way that you can reach your audience is through videos. I love a good Facebook Live or an Instagram Live or Insta Stories or TikTok or whatever video platform that you prefer. But I think that it's important to tease out your content. Maybe you're saying, I don't know what I would say in these videos. I've already done my podcast. How do I tease it? Just give them a snippet of what you talk about in the podcast. Give them a behind the scenes. I love doing Insta stories where I show people recording my podcast in my closet, or I'm getting ready to plan out the next few weeks of content. Give them little clips of an interview, or just share the editing process. Whatever it is for you, just get really creative with how you can share content out to your audience, or for a better word, content teasers out to your audience. The second thing I want to talk about when it comes to marketing your podcast is surveying your audience. Again, this will depend on where your audience or your potential audience hangs out online, but I want you to always be familiar with What's going on in your industry? What do people want to hear you talk about? And there are multiple ways that you can do this on social media. I love the polls on Insta stories, or you have polls on Facebook. You could email your audience. There's so many different ways to do this, but I constantly have an influx of information from my audience because I ask them, hey, can you share with me what top questions you have this week, or what are you struggling with? Because I use that content, those answers to those questions, to create content for my podcast. So this is a great way to always have your editorial calendar full, because this is stuff your audience already wants to hear about. So always be surveying your audience and constantly ask them, how can I deliver more value to you? Because that's always what we're trying to do, right? You're trying to deliver more value to your audience. The third podcasting 101 strategy that you need to know when it comes to marketing your podcast is your elevator pitch. And I cannot tell you how long I struggled with my elevator pitch when I first launched a podcast. So maybe you're asking, what is an elevator pitch? That means if you sit down to a dinner table and someone asks you, hey, I hear you have a podcast, what's it about? You have like a 30-second to a 1-minute window to tell them exactly what it's about. Because you don't want to go into a 5-minute long story where people are kind of like rolling their eyes, like, oh, okay, like, shouldn't open that can of worms, right? But if you give them your elevator pitch, then if they're still interested, they're going to ask you more questions. But I want you to have a short, clear, and concise elevator pitch. So I have a few questions that I want to give you for what you could put inside your elevator pitch. And if you watched how to create your podcast description, they're basically the same thing. I want you to tell them what the name of your podcast is, who your audience is, like who is your ideal listener. For me, I talk to entrepreneurs, and that's what I say in my elevator pitch. I'm actually going to give you my elevator pitch here in a second, but I want you to talk about what your topics are about on your podcast and how often you publish new episodes, plus what kind of value are they going to see listening to your podcast. So my elevator pitch for the Proffitt podcast is, I have a podcast about podcasting. We teach entrepreneurs how to start, launch, and market their podcast. We put out brand new episodes every single Tuesday and Thursday, and I'd love for you to listen to get some tactical tips and strategies on how you can make your podcast amazing. So that is my elevator pitch. I'm going to link to it below this video because I did a whole post about how you can create an elevator pitch, and I have exactly what I just said in written form, so you can go along with it and kind of use that as a template for your elevator pitch. While we're talking about marketing your podcast, I'm curious, where does your ideal audience hang out? Like, are they online? Are they in social media platforms? Comment below and tell me some of the online communities that you think your audience is going to be, because if you know where they're hanging out, it's more likely that you're going to be able to reach them with your podcast content. Okay, so we're going to go back to the podcasting 101 steps because I have a few more to share with you about marketing your podcast. So the fourth thing I want to talk about is monetization strategies. There are 5 ways to make money with a podcast before you ever get to having millions of downloads and sponsors knocking on your door, beating it down, saying, here, please take our money. We want you to talk about our product, right? Like, that's the dream, obviously. But I want to talk about the 5 ways that you can make money before you ever get to that level. This is actually like from day one. You can implement these strategies and start making money as soon as you get your podcast up and running. So the first strategy that I want to talk about is listener-sponsored membership sites. So there are sites out there like patreon.com where people can pay a monthly, weekly, daily, how often you want it to be. They pay a fee to your show. They're contributing to you and they want to see you succeed. So if you're interested in learning more, I suggest you check out patreon.com and see what kind of services that can benefit you, because I think this is a really cool platform, especially for creatives. You can offer behind the scenes or exclusive content that is only available to your members. So I highly recommend that you check this out. The next way you can monetize your show is through affiliate marketing. The easiest way to get started with this is through Amazon.com. If you have products that you love, or tools, or gadgets, or something related to your industry, go find it on Amazon and become an affiliate for that product. It's so easy to get set up, and you could be earning residual income every single month from things that you already use and things that you love. And again, you're offering that value to your audience by telling them, hey, this is a tool that I use. I totally endorse it, and I think it's a great product. You should have it too. So affiliate marketing is something that I hope that you look into. The third way to make money with your podcast is to sell your consulting services. Are you a one-on-one coach? Do you already provide services in a one-on-one way? You can promote that on your podcast to get more clients in the door, get more referrals, and to boost your revenue. So I highly suggest that you promote your own services within your podcast. The fourth way for you to monetize your show is to sell merchandise. I see podcasts all the time that have coffee mugs, stickers, notebooks, t-shirts, sweaters, hats, like all kinds of stuff. So if you're into that, I suggest you looking into selling your own merchandise on your podcast. And the fifth way to make money with a podcast, and this is my absolute favorite way, is to sell your own products. Whether it is a digital product or a physical product, I think that you can use your platform to make an even bigger impact. For me personally, I sell my client services as well as my digital course within my podcast. There are also some affiliate promotions that I do from time to time, but I do a lot of promoting of my own stuff. Actually, there's sometimes where I promote things that aren't even for sale, like my opt-ins and my freebies and some of my free resources. But I think that if you use your platform in a very strategic way, you can start generating income using your own products and services. Like I said, did you notice how none of these strategies involved having millions of downloads or brand deals, like people just beating down your door saying, here, take my money? These are things that you can do right now as you're laying the foundation for your podcast. And I highly suggest that you look into all these different ways for you to make money, because it is possible. It's so possible to start making money within the first few weeks, first few months of your podcast. And the last step in this Podcasting 101 series is to talk about growth strategies. I have to tell you, you've created this amazing content. Your podcast is thriving, and now you're like, what do I do now? Like, where do I go from here? Well, if you are looking to grow your podcast, the biggest suggestion I can tell you is to get in front of other audiences. This can mean guesting on other podcasts. It can mean showing up on someone else's Facebook Live or Instagram Live, or just doing media in really big, cool ways. I've seen people that have gotten on Forbes that get a lot of traffic to their website. I've seen where people are doing actual TV spots. They're showing up on TV, like doing morning shows and promoting different things. And they're like, hey, by the way, I have a podcast. You should go check it out. I think all of these are great, but why don't you leverage someone else's audience in order to get people to get on board with what you're already doing? You know you have the value. You know you have this amazing content. So tell as many people as possible about it. So I want you to get your content in front of as many people as possible. Find out where your ideal listeners are online. Are they on social media platforms? Are they in certain online communities? And make sure that you're showing up there regularly. How can you add value? All of it goes back to value. I've said it so many times in this video, but it's true. How can you add value to potential listeners and current audience members? So I hope you've enjoyed this 3-part Podcasting 101 video series where we talked about how to start a podcast, how to launch a podcast, and how to market a podcast. So if you haven't checked out all the videos, be sure that you go and watch them. I'm going to link to them below this video. So if you've enjoyed this video, make sure that you hit that thumbs up and hit that subscribe button along with that bell. That way you're notified when we put out new podcasting videos every single Friday. Be sure to check out these other videos that we have here, and make sure you sign up for our free 5-day Create Your Podcast Bootcamp. Remember, keep it up. We all have to start somewhere.